Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. A lot going on, but not a lot going on in the wrestling world, unfortunately. I didn't get to see a whole lot of wrestling this week, but had some issues come up that unfortunately kept me from seeing a little bit. But from what I heard and what I understand, I missed a whole lot. But it sounds like a lot of what was going on in wrestling was actually outside of wrestling. So I know we had Sheamus versus Edge, which might be possibly Edge's last match in the WWE for we don't know, but I do need to watch that. Unfortunately, I still haven't seen that. Probably give a little recap maybe next week on that, but I don't know. I mean, Edge had a long, really historic career. I don't know, if he has a whole lot more accomplished. Of course, there are the whole rumors going around about him reuniting with Christian in AEW to make a last run as tag team partners. I don't know if I can see that happening right now, just because Christian has his own program going on with him and Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin and whatnot. So I don't know if I can see that happening anytime soon, unless they plan on reuniting them. Here's the thing: like I've heard this a billion times now, and rumors are that he's going to reunite with Christian at All In. I can't see that happening. I'm sorry. First of all, most WWE contracts have a 90-day non-compete clause built into them. I don't know if his does. I mean, it kind of messed up like on Malachi Black's and didn't do his, but that was still because he kind of had his contract was still very structured, much in the way that his NXT contract was. So I don't see them doing that again. I'd be really hard pressed to think that the WWE would allow that to happen, especially with such a big star as Edge. Doubt it, but anything's possible. Don't know. Do I see it happen? I think it's highly improbable. I mean, I don't know what else they can kind of pull out, because they're doing was it All In then All Out? I think within the time span of like 2 weeks, and they still haven't announced all of the matches for the card. So yeah, tune in for a surprise. I guess they can say, hey, they've already sold out the stadium supposedly, but you still gotta look at the buy rates, and who's gonna really buy in if they don't know who's even on the card. And having two pay-per-views that big, that close together is kind of risky. This might really hurt them. I don't know. I am looking forward to the Adam Cole MJF match. I think Adam Cole is probably going to turn heel on MJF after that match or during that match. I think MJF is still going to retain, so I really do think he's the hottest thing they got going as far as I'm really torn on this one, because I'm hoping that they don't turn Adam Cole heel, but I think it's in the cards. I really think they've hinted at too many things for it not to happen, which this team is just red hot right now. People are loving this team of Adam Cole and MJF, and the promos have been great. So much like everything else that they've booked in AEW, they tend to hot shot things and pull the trigger way too fast. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a good pay-per-view. I really do. I think there's going to be there has to be some surprises, because we don't know what's going on for a lot of the card. It's not booked yet, or at least it's not been released to the public as being booked. I mean, we've got some other issues. Well, I could devote a whole series of shows on the issues that AEW has right now. But Cash Wheeler, I don't have all of the details, unfortunately, on that. Man, does that hurt? Are they taking the belts off of FTR? Probably. I don't know what's going to happen with the sentencing with Cash Wheeler. I haven't seen any updates today. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the areas, I mean, I don't want to make light of it. I mean, brandishing a gun during a road rage incident. I don't know if this is blown out of proportion or not. I mean, especially since, living in an area like Tennessee, I mean, everybody carries here. And I could easily see somebody claiming this and turning it around and saying, oh, he pulled a gun on me, when you just have a gun that's holstered to your side or whatnot, or even concealed. I don't know, because open carry state here. I'm not sure. Was it in the Carolinas that this happened? I'm not sure what the gun laws are there. But it's one of those things. Has to be taken seriously, obviously. But what was Cash's intent? I guess would be the first question that I have. Did he actually unholster the weapon? Did he pull it out to show the guy? Did he? Which is, from most reports, he somehow alluded that he did have the gun, either whether it was showing him or whatnot. I haven't seen any real concrete reports yet. A lot of conjecture and guessing, but unfortunately, I haven't seen anything real concrete. Until I see that, I'm not going to really make too much of a comment. I'm hoping that they have some leniency on him. This guy has never shown a past history of being violent, aside from obviously fake violence. He's never had a criminal record that I'm aware of. I could be wrong on that. Maybe he does. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything going on that. I do firmly believe, though, that every person has the right to defend themselves. And if he felt threatened by this individual, I think it's, fair to let the guy know and say, hey, I have a gun. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know all the details. I wish I did. It's sad because FTR is one of the greatest. I would put them in the top 2 great tag teams currently competing right now. And I don't want to see anything bad happen to that. And obviously, though, I mean, thankfully no one was injured, no one was shot, nobody got hurt during the incident. So hopefully, they'll show some leniency. I know, certain areas of the country, people go a little nuts anytime a gun is involved in anything. I mean, obviously, you can take a person's life with a gun, which is, I can't really think of that much more of a serious offense, but at the same time, people do have the right to defend themselves, and if they are in a state that allows it to carry, then carry. So I've got such, like I said, I've got such mixed emotions on this whole thing. I really don't know how to form an opinion until I see more facts come out, because like I said, easily, I mean, as Tennessean, I'm gun owner, I don't always, carry, very, very rarely. But what if somebody did get mad at me on the road and somebody did confront me? I mean, would I be in the same situation that Cash Wheeler's? I don't know. I don't know. That's and like I said, I'm holding judgment on that until I hear more facts. If the guy gets out of the car wielding a gun, saying "Get the F away from me," I could kind of see. Obviously, because they are, if I'm not mistaken, there are assault charges pending. If I'm not mistaken, did he make physical contact with the guy? I'd love to hear in the comments. What are the actual facts in this case? What did he do? Because so far from what I've seen, it seems almost kind of innocent in a way. Like I said, not that you can take a firearm innocently, but something that should be taken very seriously. But at the in the same instance, I can see how that could be manipulated to shown in a bad light for him. So that's, I mean, that's kind of an easy out if you get into an argument with somebody to say that he brandished a gun. He had a gun. Well, yes, he had a gun. And that he might have, for all I know, he might have legally had that gun. I don't know. So like I said, every person has the right to defend themselves, and I firmly believe in that. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry for that. If someone, accosted me and my family while I was in the car, of course I'm going to try to defend myself. So we'll see as the details kind of pan out. As far as I know, they're still on the card. They're still going. His passport hasn't been revoked, and apparently the Flies have resorted to kamikaze bombings. Great. I just got one right in the face. This is the second time I was outside and something whacked me in the back of the head, a giant horsefly. Welcome to Tennessee. But yeah, I'm concerned about the situation. I don't want to see his career go down. I'd like to see him do well. I'd like to see that team do well. And right about now, Punk needs about as many friends as he can possibly get. So I'd like to see them. I'd like to see them continue as champions and do well. Sorry about that. I heard something. Heard something in the background. But yeah, that, like I said, very serious situation, not to be taken lightly. I hope that everything pans out for the best for everyone. It's not like the Usos had. I mean, the Usos had how many DUIs? Was it Jimmy that was constantly getting arrested? You look at the Hardys. Jeez, Jeff Hardy has had so many chances. And he's back in wrestling with AEW now. So we'll see. We'll see how seriously Tony Khan takes this. We'll see what happens in the court system and let them do their job. So we'll see. Aside from that, what do we have going on? Everything. Jeez. More CM Punk drama. But more. How do I put this? What I believe to be made in the media as more than it actually was. I mean, when he had the confrontation between Dolph Ziggler's brother, whose name eludes me right now. Sorry, that from what I understand, that was grossly blown out of context in the media. The two have apologized to each other, have made amends, so there's nothing going on there as far as I know. I mean, and then you look at kind of the, Punk kind of made some shots at Hangman, who actually appeared this week on Dynamite, which I have seen most of. I have not seen the Texas Chainsaw death match. I was gonna watch that this morning. I watched most of it and left that till the end. I know my wife had shown interest in wanting to see that, so we didn't watch that last night. Unfortunately, I fell asleep before I got a chance to watch that, and I didn't get a chance to watch that this morning. I was involved with my son's schooling this morning. He does some online courses. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see that, so I can't even comment on that. I know it's getting a lot of flack and a lot of comparisons to WCW. For someone who berates Eric Bischoff a whole lot and has negative comments about him, he emulates him a whole lot. Tony Khan does. I wouldn't be shocked and surprised if at some point Bischoff shows up on AEW again. They've had a working relationship in the past, and who's to say that all this back and forth negativity between the two hasn't been staged and worked the whole time? It wouldn't shock me in the slightest to see Bischoff show up at some point. A lot of people are saying that Khan wants to be Bischoff and is going to do the whole NWO turn thing. It could be. I mean, he did get involved in one skit with MJF, and Adam Cole, which was actually hilarious. I loved it. Some of the stuff with Adam Cole and MJF is really entertaining. I do enjoy it a whole lot. I mean, both of them work great together, great chemistry, and Adam Cole in a tag team situation is so much more believable than Adam Cole as a solo performer. Just primarily because of his size. Tremendous athlete, tremendous wrestler, great on the mic. Two of them, comedy gold, great together. Great. Which is kind of concerning. I don't know if they're going to do the heel turn. But yeah, getting back to the whole Tony Khan thing, he did have that little skit there. It was kind of hilarious. Him yelling at MJF and whatnot. MJF and Adam Cole. But yeah, getting back to the whole CM Punk thing. Once again, we saw Hangman Adam Page on Dynamite. Punk supposedly has reached out to both. I mean, to all the members of the Elite. He's reached out to Adam Page. He's reached out to Young Bucks, to Kenny Omega, and apparently none of them have responded, or they've responded through the lawyer. I don't know. I don't know what goes on backstage. I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know. Punk seems like he's trying to make amends. He seems like he's trying to do good. I don't know. I mean, from an outside source, just seeing the attempts that he's made seems legitimate. I mean, like I say, he did take another shot at Adam Page. It was not being broadcast, so I don't know the legality of that. It's probably legal there because I know he's not supposed to on the air. But he did, take another shot at Adam Page after the broadcast had ended for Collision. Make no mistake about this. CM Punk is pretty well, from all reports I've seen, in charge of Collision, and I am all in favor of that because the guy has a great wrestling mind. He's smart. Is he a hothead? Yes, he's extremely passionate dude, and he's very old school. And I think that's refreshing in AEW for the most part. And he's their biggest star. I don't care what anyone says. He is their biggest star. Having him lead the way, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I know a lot of people are over Punk. They're this, they're that. I think it's about time, yeah, for some of these EVPs who just signed a new contract, man. I think it's time for some of these guys to get a little spanking. Sometimes I feel like it's just like I'm watching children. These guys gotta grow up. Everywhere the Bucks have gone, they've been successful. I admire them for that without going to the WWE. The only instances they've had with the bigger companies, aside from New Japan, and have been, Impact and WWE, and just very briefly, and they kind of blew it both times. So I don't know. I mean, I can't like these guys. I'm sorry. And now I'm probably going to have to watch them get the titles, the tag team titles, because they're probably going to strip the belts off of FTR, because of the whole Cash Wheeler incident. So, but from every report I've seen, pretty much, there's two different sides of media. There's some media that's actually fair and factual, and there's a lot of media, let's just say Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, that are heavily in the back pocket of the Elite. Not necessarily maybe financially, but they're on the side of AEW, and they're kind of huge Elite supporters. I mean, Meltzer, I don't know what it is with it. He's been doing this for so long, and I don't understand why he's so biased the way he is. He loves New Japan. He loves Japanese wrestling. He's huge on the Young Bucks, and I don't get it. I don't understand someone who's been watching. It's almost like he's too much in his own head, or he's just too much getting blown up by having contact with the members of the Elite and whatnot. I just don't get it because he's really not been, and like I said, a number of other members of the media have not been fair with any of the goings on in the AEW camp. They've been very rah elite, and it's upsetting because not the way that people that refer to themselves as any type of reporter should be. Supposed to be fair and unbiased, and I don't see that with them. But like I said, a lot of them been painting CM Punk to be the bad guy, which is counterproductive to what you're trying to achieve in the first place. If you want AEW to thrive, if you want to survive, you're taking your biggest moneymaker, your biggest face of the company, and you're crippling him, and you're making him look like an idiot within the media. So you're kind of screwing yourself over, and I don't understand why they just don't understand that it's bad for business. It's not good for business. Whether you like Punk or not, you can't deny that he is their biggest draw. You can't deny it. So that's kind of where we stand as far as that with the CM Punk stuff. I think a lot of it has been blown out of proportion. I really do. Like I said, they can't deny, CM Punk's influence, and he does kind of have AEW by the balls in the sense that Khan knows what he means to the business. He knows what he means to the company. He knows what he means to their deal with Time Warner. So it's he's going to be with that company for a while, and unfortunately, it looks like the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and whatnot, their camp are going to be around for a while too. Signed a huge deal. What was it? 7 years, I think. So this is going to continue for a while. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because these guys could really learn a lot from CM Punk. I was a huge Adam Page fan / supporter when AEW first came on the air. I really liked this guy initially because I thought he was going to be like their version of James Storm, and I'm a huge James Storm fan. So I thought he was going to be that, and he's turned out to be nothing like that. Unfortunately, he's kind of been the woke cowboy. I guess that's his identity. I mean, but yet you see him outside of a hospital on Dynamite, drinking a beer. It's kind of silly. You really don't know what his identity is, and I've been confused with that for a while now. I don't know what to think of the guy. I don't know, so that's all there is to it, unfortunately. Let's see. There's so much to talk about, like I said, unfortunately, it's sad that we can spend so much more time speaking about things that are outside of the whole wrestling on-screen thing, Has Jey Uso left WWE? Heck no, he hasn't. I don't care what the website says or anybody else says. Of course not. They're building to a feud between him and Jimmy, and that's going to take up the time while Roman Reigns heals and whatnot. So heals, but yeah, I mean, getting back to the AEW stuff, like I said, it's a sad situation because this company is kind of spiting themselves. Unfortunately, there. It's like they can't stand their own success sometimes, I think. We got, at least we know some of the card, like I said, coming to All In. Will Ospreay's going to be going up against Jericho. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, years ago in Japan, that was a big deal. Can Jericho still go? Sure. I mean, I'm getting a little tired of Jericho. I think he needs to step back behind the scenes and be like an agent or producer or something soon, because I'm just his on-screen persona I've gotten kind of sick of. That whole interaction between him and Don Callis, I like Callis. I mean, it was pretty good. I thought for sure that I don't know. I mean, it kind of went down the way I thought it would. The whole picture thing was a little hokey, but it worked. Excuse me. At one point when he was saying you're a liar, this, that, and the other thing, and I thought at one point he was going to say, and that's exactly what I need, and that's exactly what I want to be, kind of thing. I've lost my edge, kind of. They could have gone either way, and I like when they keep me guessing like that. I do, but it turned out to be a babyface turn for Chris Jericho. I was kind of hoping to see more of the Jericho versus the Jericho Appreciation Society, because I think he could have put some of those guys over in a feud with the DX Jericho Appreciation Society. I mean, Sammy was the only one who came out to defend him with that, but I think he could have done a lot more good for them against them, and taking the pin, eating the pin for some of those guys, because they need it right now. Then on top of that, we at one point we saw the return of Joker Sting. Not sure how I feel about that, man. They should have left that in Impact years ago, I think, but hey, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I've got about 2 minutes left to record, so I'm just gonna say, check out CrushingKayfabe.com. Check us out on Patreon. For $1 a month, you can get the show ad-free, video and audio ad-free. Check out Then and Now, in Trenton, Tennessee. You can get some of my wife's handmade goods there. Unfortunately, I'm sold out on my CDs. Thank you guys. Thank you for buying the last one. Just performed at their 2-year anniversary, so happy anniversary to them. Good luck to them. Thank God for them. So check them out if you're in Western Tennessee. What else we got? We got, once again, check us out on and all the media platforms, all the stream platforms, Spotify, whatnot, and pray for the peace in the Ukraine. Hopefully, those individuals get what they need and can be free from Russian tyranny. So pray for them and hopefully contribute to causes that actually legitimately support them. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in, and God bless. All right.